In lesson 3.4, one of the things that we're going to talk about is the sales tax, and so let's see how we calculate sales tax in this lesson. We'll start off with this first one. If taxable merchandise of $228.18 is sold in a Wisconsin county that has added the 0.5% sales tax to the state 5% sales tax, what is the total amount due? In these types of problems, there are three numbers that we know. L is that we may know or are looking for. L is the total amount. X is the tax. We use X for tax and L for total because both words start with T, and then M is the amount of merchandise. Okay, so in this first case, on the percent side, the amount of sale is always based on the amount of merchandise sold. So it's 228.18. The most important thing to note is what letter we write on top. In this case, we write L because we're looking for the total amount due. Because of that, we know we're going to have to add 100% to the 5.5% to get 105.5%. Now when we cross multiply and divide, let's see here, calculator, 228.18 times 105.5 divided by 100 is $240.73. Next one. This question looks a lot like the last one that we just finished with. Let's see if we can discover what the difference is. Taxable merchandise 167.26 is sold in a Wisconsin county that has added the 0.5% to the state 5% sales tax. What is the tax due? We still have the same letters. L is total, X is tax, and M is merchandise. The difference is, still have the percent sign and the dollar sign. It's always based on the total of 100, but in this case, we are looking for the amount of tax due. So our top letter is X, and it's 5.5. Do you see the difference between this one and the one we just did? 167.26 is the total amount of merchandise sold. So now we just need to use our calculator. 167.26 times 5.5 divided by 100 to find that we have $9.20 is the amount of tax due. Let's look at the next one. Okay, this time we are looking for the total. So we've got merchandise, L for total, 100. Tax rate is 5.5, so 105.5. And we've got $229.94. You would need to use this kind of problem if you were like figuring out how much money you spent in Minnesota on clothes that you have to report on your income taxes. So we're going to use our calculator. 229.94 times 105.5 divided by 100. I'm sorry, you wouldn't use this for find out how much money you owe for your taxes because you don't have to pay for your merchandise through your taxes. You just have to pay the amount of taxes. 242. I don't remember what that last number was. 59. All right. Next. calculate the total that Sydney must pay is just like the last one. And here's a good one. The thing that trips people up is that they think they don't have to pay tax on the total amount because they got money off on the, trade-in. But the actual fact of the matter is you do have to pay on the whole sale amount. So the merchandise will be $29,599. You can't subtract the amount of the trade-in value. We want to calculate the sales tax, so we'll just do the 5.5 up here. Now when we cross multiply and divide, $29,599 times 5.5 divided by 100 gives us $1,627.95. Next one. This time you say to yourself, hey, you know what? I think I can save money. What happens if I would buy a car for this amount, but I go to a state that my sales tax isn't as much? So how much money do I save? Well, the sales tax is based on merchandise, and let's call it the amount that you would save, 100%. So regardless of how much the tax rate is, if it's 1.9% lower, that's how much money you're going to be saving, $25,699. So we're going to cross multiply and divide again. $25,699 times 1.9 divided by 100, we're going to save $488.28. Which is a good chunk of change. That's like one payment's worth. So it's way worth it for you to shop around. Not just savings on taxes, but savings on the price of the car, too. Let's look at this one. In Wisconsin, sales tax is not levied on food. That's because they're trying to make it so that poor people don't pay too much taxes, except when it is prepared on site, such as in restaurants or warm food at convenience stores. Taxable items are indicated by a T on your receipt. Sales tax applies to the other sales, including soda pop. So that's why Coca-Cola is taxed. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is determine the tax. So tax is based on merchandise at 100%. And we want to know the tax, which is 5.5%. The only thing that's taxable is the Coca-Cola. So we're going to do that calculation. 545 times 5.5 divided by 100 gives us a tax of 30 cents. So the total amount that we have to pay is $1.01. Oops, what happened? Plus the 545 plus the $1.88 plus the tax, which is $8.46. Next one. Nope, I guess that's it. If you have any questions, let me know.